it's Kristen Shaw. I'm here with Show and Tell on the ACI show floor for 2022. And I'm here with Kristi Crase, one of our friends from View. You guys do Smartglass, which I think is really interesting.
Yes.
A lot of people know what Smartglass is, but give us a quick overview.
Yeah, Kristen, thanks. Smartglass is actually becoming a little bit more of a household name these days than it has been before, but in general terms, Smartglass is automatically tinting windows that reduces glare and heat in buildings. It's like transition lenses for your building. So the sunglasses, go on when they need to, and they come off when you don't need it. So it provides a lot of benefits for airports, and the easiest way to describe that is it's looking at people, planet, and profit. So on the people side, Smartglass is actually creating a better passenger experience. That curb to gate experience is better because now you can have big curtain walls of glass without the negative impacts of glare and heat, because now you get the maximum amount of natural light and views without having the impact of the sun right in your eyes.
And that makes people so happy to have that natural light, and it really makes you feel better just overall.
It does. A lot of studies actually show it improves productivity, reduces depression, helps with sleep. And stress is a big deal right now in travel. And so when you can make people more comfortable, less harried going through the airport, that's just a big plus. Also reduces costs because it's reducing operational cost, less peak loads on HVAC systems, and even in concessions. If people are comfortable, they're going to stay put longer, they're going to order more food.
True.
It's a win-win.
All true. And that it's so interesting. We were talking a little bit about the Inflation Reduction Act.
Yes.
And View actually had a hand in helping to craft this legislation that is going to make an impact with Smartglass.
You're right about that. It's been a long journey for us. So the Inflation Reduction Act has a piece of legislation embedded in it called the Dynamic Glass Act. And View's been working on this for the last 7 years, and it was adopted in this recent bill. The Dynamic Glass Act is offering now a tax credit for the utilization of Smartglass. So for airports, they've even added an additional provision for non-taxable entities. They can get a credit or refund back from the IRS. And it's a pretty good incentive. It's up to 50%.
Wow.
And
that's very competitive.
It's very competitive, and it's on the entire envelope. It's on the entire glazing package. So it's not just the Smartglass, it's the framing system, it's the glazing contract, it's the low voltage engineering, and the labor. So what that's really doing, Kristen, is it's making the cost of utilizing Smartglass pretty much on cost parity with traditional glass, and in some cases even less.
So why would someone just get plain glass?
Exactly.
What is the point
kind of a game changer.
I love being in airports with big windows. I think of Seattle, when I think of big windows, but you don't want it glaring on you, and that, like you said, it's going to affect HVAC costs and everything else, and airports are trying to be as efficient as possible.
Exactly. The environmental efficiencies that this provides, the impact to people. It's interesting, even airport workers. One of our installations that just went live in June in Phoenix is in their Terminal 4. It's a Southwest Airlines terminal. And we had an opportunity to go back in a few months later after it opened and interview the staff. And it was a great experience because they have had the ability to work in the old terminal and then in the new terminal, and they kind of go back and forth. And the commentary was pretty impressive. They really find that they're calmer. They have a better experience working in the space with Smartglass. It's just been an overall positive experience.
For somebody who doesn't understand how Smartglass works, can you give me a quick synopsis?
Sure.
Of how it?
It's a technology called Electrochromic, which has been around for about 60 years. And View just put it into Windows. So the technology itself has been around for a while. What it's doing is our system is a predictive system. So it's a micro technology coating that goes on the inside of double pane windows. When you run electricity through it, it causes the glass to tint. And so we're doing that predictively by looking at the orientation of the building, the orientation of the sun, building occupancy use, and current weather conditions. And so we marry those concepts together so that we tint down in front of that glare event. Occupants inside the building really don't notice what's happening. They just notice they can look outside and they're comfortable.
I appreciate that. Thank you. It's really interesting. View is doing some fascinating things, and so I appreciate the update.
Thanks, Kristen. It's always good to see you.